Oh yeah, so day 6, 005, self-abuse. This suffering that you and maybe the team are suffering is the quiet killer that we have in ourselves. How much suffering is your day-to-day in your doing versus other people's outside influence? How much of your pain is in your doing? How much of it? It's an interesting conversation. You started off at my mindset reset. What percentage of your pain is yours that you're creating for yourself? It's essentially self-abuse. And what's the truth? So this morning I went to my 5k a day. I really didn't want to go, and I was laying in bed and thinking of the reasons. And it's not a problem for me to miss a day. It's not a problem for me to walk it. But I think I knew that I've been doing really well with running every day. Anyway, it was borderline, the way I was talking to myself. And then when I came back from a run, I started doing my stretching. And then when I sat down, I started stretching out, and I knocked over a glass of water I had on the living room carpet. And I caught myself saying prick. And I stopped on the K. I just held it, prick. And just sat, because it's so easy for us to slip in, or some of us, it's so easy to slip into this ability, or this self-abuse cycle of beating ourselves up. And if you actually stopped all of the self-abuse, it frees up so much. It frees up so much suffering. Now I grew up, my dad, he used the word little, I think, as a term of endearment, but "you little cunt" was something that he said quite often. So there's certain elements of us will have grown up around a conversation that doesn't serve you powerfully, that's not caring, that's not necessarily positive. And some of you, again, there's degrees of this self-abuse, all the way down to suicide. Essentially, self-abuse is the ultimate, end of the line is self-abuse, is suicide. But there's this other low noise that a lot of us can stop. If we see it, catch it, stop it. Just get to a stage, and for me this is a housekeeping thing. This is a cleanliness thing. Like, did I need to go for a run? Well, yeah, I said 5k a day. So I needed to get up and to have gone out for a walk. I didn't need to run it. And did I beat myself up? It's funny, I just did a video, but the phone storage ran out. And as soon as it ran out, part of me was just going to jump on myself and beat the shit out of myself for not have checked it beforehand. It's so easy for us to slip into. So yeah, this video, I just wanted it to be about self-abuse, and try and start journaling when it's coming up for you. And even if it's happened, and you go back today, like, what parts of today do you find yourself stepping into it, or being in a situation where you've created more pain? Someone's asked you to do something, not giving yourself a time scale, and you've jumped up and said X, Y, and Z, and then you've beaten yourself up to try and meet it. Like, where have you created an unnecessary amount of suffering for yourself and beating yourself up? And just, I want to be mindful that that's also kept clean, with an ability to hold ourselves accountable for doing what we've got to do. And the difference is just this living powerfully versus this toxic way of narrating and berating ourselves unnecessarily. Hope this makes sense.